This is a framework through which you commit yourself beforehand to meet certain deliverables within specified timeframes. You are aware that our overall development agenda is pegged on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And within that, agriculture is an integral component, a standalone thematic area. We did say when we came into government that as opposed to subsidizing consumption, we would subsidize production. And our target in this regard was agriculture, because one of the challenges we were grappling with when the fifth administration came into being was the high cost of living. And if you analyze the integral components of the cost of living index, the cost of food constitutes 54% of the cost of living index. So we did say that we will put money into agricultural production and productivity, and of course, in effect, also facilitate an increase in the levels of disposable income of the people. Within that space of agriculture, we can no longer solely just rely on rain-fed agriculture. Yeah? We have to pursue alternative mechanisms, and one of these is irrigation. To facilitate irrigation, we must harvest water when we have got excess rain, store the water, yeah, in readiness for irrigation. This is where now National Water Harvesting and Storage Authority comes in to enable us harvest excess water and also store it and facilitate release of the same for purposes of irrigation and other uses in terms of need. So you are an integral player as far as the infrastructure component of our development agenda is concerned. And it is in view of this that we did ask the National Water Harvesting and Storage Authority, in line with its mandate, to make certain commitments by way of performance contract for the period 2023-2024. That performance contract is also in tandem with your annual work plan for the period 2023-2024. And the annual work plan is the first work plan within your 5-year strategic plan period. So in that performance contract, you made specific commitments in line with your core mandate. And some of the interventions that you committed to undertake included the construction of the Korusoin Dam, undertaking cadastral survey for the Korusoin Dam again, reviewing the Badassa Songa Dam water supply, commencing the construction of the Uma Dam water supply, constructing flood control projects, yeah, constructing the Sioi Dam, undertaking Bosto Dam stakeholder participation to pave way for commencement of that project, and then, of course, regular monitoring of the Korusoin Dam environmental impact issues, and then progressing with the Sioi water supply project. What we are now here to do as a team is to evaluate the veracity or otherwise as to whether the commitments that you made in the performance contract have been met. More specifically, with respect to the expected outputs, the output indicators, and the targets that were contained therein. So in short, or in summary, the evaluation team will simply be looking at evidence of performance or non-performance, as the case may be. Yeah? So we are looking for objectively verifiable evidence to confirm performance. Unfortunately, at this point in time now, we cannot meddle with the outputs, the output indicators. We have got no leeway to alter the targets. We just go with what was discussed, negotiated, validated, and ratified at the point of the performance contract. It is as objective as that. You are basically evaluating what you know and what you have actually been working towards during the activity period. So that's the way we are going to go about it. You also need to understand that in government also, because resources are scarce, organizations also compete for resources. Yeah? And the direction we are taking as government is that we are not going to have organizations which are perpetually underperforming, continuing to become a drain on the exchequer. Yeah, the government pumping public funds into organizations which are perpetually not performing. Those organizations should be allowed to die their natural what? Natural deaths. But to those of you who are still alive as organizations, you need to understand that you will be competing for what? Resources. And we are saying that moving forward, we are going to tie performance management and performance evaluation to reward management so that we put in more money to organizations which are adding value based on value proposition, organizations which are meeting their mandate and aligned to the overall government policy framework and development agenda. Yeah? So that would be the impetus. You work hard, you get better reward, including but not limited to enhanced exchequer levels. If you are not performing, then there is no reason why you should have continuous budgetary support. And also creativity and innovation. You may have realized that we are encouraging organizations to also develop their own revenue what? Streams. Yeah? Yeah, A in A, you develop your own revenue streams so that you are able to finance some of your programs and activities without just waiting for funding from the exchequer.